Hello and welcome to my live. I'm Michaela James Smith and I'm with you for the next hour. I hope you're all well and a happy new year to each and every one of you. How I work, if you haven't seen me before, sometimes I can go directly, other times I just give out a bit of information and wait for you as the audience to come back and say, yeah, that sounds like so and so, and we go like that. I'm going to wait for a few more people to join and then we'll get started. Thank you. A few hellos. Mal, hello. Sunshine, hello. Linda, hello. Katie, hello. Cornelia, hello. Maria, hello. Elaine, hello. Laura, Sue, Katie, I've already said that, and Linda, and Kerry. Hi Jenny, thank you for joining us. Happy New Year to you all. If you haven't just joined us, Tanya, Erika, Jodie. Welcome to you all anyway, and I'm sure people will jump on as we carry on. So, that's fine. And we'll get started. Michelle, hi. As I've just said, I don't always go directly. Sometimes I will. Sometimes Spirit will give it me in a different way. I'll give up a little bit of information. I wait for you to come back and say, oh yeah, that sounds like so and so, and we go from there. So thank you very much for joining me, and we're going to go on and see where we are. Okay. Okay, so as a start, I've got a very, not really short, but a short lady coming forward. She's got a very sensitive nature. She's got a very, very loving way to her. I feel that with her. I feel that warmth really, really surrounding her, and I know that she would have either been grandmother or mother. She also gives me the name Elsie. Now, Elsie being connected to her or herself, I'm not sure. And she's also mentioning about June, June either being a month or being a name. Can anybody take this lady so far? I'm going to go on a little bit more and see whether anybody can take this lady. But, okay. Okay, so I know this lady didn't smoke. She wasn't a smoker. She had never smoked. I know I'm being told that she did like a game of bingo because she's mentioning that too. And she's also saying that, okay, she loves nothing more than going a walk around the shops and picking up a bargain or two. Anybody else? Anybody know who this lady is? Sounds like my mother-in-law. June is my husband. June is my husband and his sister's birthday. Lovely. Thank you. Oh my God, and my name's right. So we'll carry on right there. So let's hope, see if we can get that. My name Kathleen, Elsie, but nothing for June. Right, let me look. Entrepreneurs and to live shopping. Not a bit time. Round the corner. Mal McConnell, can I work with you, please? Thank you, Mal. Okay, right. Would you understand, Mal, that if that this lady would have not been, she would have been very selfless in the respect that she would have liked a bargain or two, but she did have more pleasure than going out and collecting these bargains and bringing them back and giving them away to family members. Would you understand that? She loved the shopping part. She absolutely loved that, but she loved to see that it put a smile on people's faces, and she was very, very selfless in the respect that she liked making people happy. She would okay, sweet. Right, and she's saying as well about her grandchildren, grandchildren, and I believe that she would have had a great grandchild maybe, but she's on about her grandchildren. Yes, this is the kind of lady I'm feeling, sort of making everyone around her happy. Right, so I'm feeling this lady. She would have. Okay, right. Would you understand, Mel, if I said to you, no great, no great. Okay, would you understand that there is a great grandchild that will be born, or that she would have been? That family have said that they would have known that it would have given her the most joy, and she would have been more excited than anybody waiting for that. Would you understand that? Because I feel that this great grandchild would be being born. Do you understand that if I said it to you that way? If you can't understand that, Mel, then just keep that one at hand, because I feel that that's what she does. She's telling me about a great, and I know she's grandchildren, but it's great grandchild that she would be really excited about them coming. Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Then. Right. Lovely. I am sorry about that. Right then. Okay. Right, right then. Not to put salt in a wound, but I feel that she's talking about this great grandchild that she was so excited to meet, and I do believe this great grandchild will be with her now. And she's mentioning, and when she comes through, I feel that she's giving me um, the feeling that this would have been a boy too, and she's mentioning about that, and she's saying, I'm taking great care. I'm taking great care. So I'm going to carry on because we are lagging a little bit. I know that. Okay. There is a female grandchild returned. No, I feel that this is a boy. I can't change that. I'm not going to change it. I feel there's a boy. But she does also mention about the granddaughter. But this would have been a great, great, great grandchild, being the boy and the granddaughter. Okay. She's mentioning as well about, please, sunshine, take whatever you can of this message, because sometimes there's a message in a message. So please don't think that it's all just for one person. It can actually go off. Right, okay. So also, I need to say about that she's mentioning about a great emotion that has been taking place in your life. That's something that has been a very, very emotional. Would you understand what she's saying about this, Mel, when she mentions about it? Because she makes me also almost feel like I want to, all of a sudden, I want to sob. I want to just burst into tears. Something. Right, then, okay, then maybe that was a boy then. And she's on about this great emotion, and she's saying about, okay, right, she's mentioning something about somebody. We're not doctors on here, and we don't just know somebody who's having a worry about a prostate problem. Would you understand what she means about that, Mel? And she's mentioning about that. I feel it's around that kind of way, that area. Somebody having a prostate problem. Would you? Her dad. Okay, right. Okay. Would you understand with yourself about this emotion that's going on, and this that you feel like you? She wants me to feel like I've been pushed from pillar to post, if that makes sense. Would that make sense to you, Mal? And I feel no better than what I was at the start. And that means in respect of answers and reasons why, because I keep on hearing the word why over and over again. Would you understand that? Why? And I feel that she's giving me the impression that you've actually sat and you've questioned over and over again, why me? Why me? What have I done to have the why? And that she keeps on going on about why. Okay. Right, so what she's trying to say to me, she's telling me to put it, the reason that she's come through for you this evening is to let you know that she's there with you, close and supporting you every single day. And she said, you are better than this. You know that things can't change just because you want and will them to. And she's saying things will get better in time, but everything takes its course. And then her words, everything takes its course. And camera's just being moved a little bit, sorry. Right. Just wait. And she's saying also that I'm to mention May, the month May to you. And I'm not, I know May's we're full of sunshine and we've got that, but I feel the sunshine coming back into your life from around about May, and things looking totally better than what they are right now, if that makes sense. And with that, Mel, thank you so, so much for working with me. And I'm going to leave her love with you. And there is so much love. And she's telling me to tell you that keep your chin up. And thank you. And anybody who else could take any of that message, please take that, because we can have a message in a message, as I've said. So, you know, sometimes that happens. And let's see where we're going to go now. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my husband's in the background trying to help me with my technical problems that I'm no good at. Okay. Right, so I know I've got a male energy coming through. His male energy is quite tall and very, very wiry. Then his words, not mine. I know this man, right? He's showing me that him carrying either a chessboard. I will say chessboard. I want to say chessboard. With him that is his own, and I'm seeing him going through and coming through an exit door, if that makes sense to anybody. And I feel that this is a building where I would have gone. And in there, I'm also feeling that I want to walk over to the jukebox and I want to play music and I want to have a couple of pints, but I want to be the party animal in the pub. I want to enjoy myself and I'm well known and everybody likes me. I've got that personality. This is a man's personality that he's showing me. Wiry. I don't know why I said wiry, but he said I'm tall and wiry. So I mean very slender. That's how I would place him, but that's his words. Hello, Caroline. Right, let's carry on with this man. Let me find out a little bit more about him. Right, so I know that he would have been really good at playing chess or drafts, something like that. But I feel chess. I don't know why, but I don't know nothing about chess. I'm absolutely haven't got a clue. But I want to keep on about, is it the pawn? I want to keep mentioning about the pawn in the game. Right down. I want to keep mentioning about the pawn in the game. So, would you understand, Dom, if I said to you that you feel like you've been a pawn in a game for some time? Would you understand that? Yeah, lagging. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for verifying that. Right. So, I want to be. Um, I want to feel. I feel like I'm giving everything, and this is why I think he's trying to go on tell me about you. Give everything, and I feel that I don't get nothing back in return. I feel that everything I put in, and I feel that I just everybody kind of like takes what they want from me, but they never ever give me anything back. Does that what? Do you understand that? I know along as well with this man when he comes forward as well, he's giving me whether it's been yourself or there's been a little bit of illness around, and I'm feeling very, very stuffy, but up, and my throat's sore, and I've got aching. So whether you've been a little bit under the weather as well. Right, thank you, Dan. And I feel this being over the Christmas time, have you been a little unwell? That you haven't felt quite well, you've been a bit under the weather, you've had this probably a bug that's been going around. Right, thank you. Yeah, struggling to get out of bed with that. Right, okay, because he makes me feel that my arms are aching, everything's an effort. I feel really wore out and run down, and I feel like this isn't my usual self. Normally, I've got a little bit more get up and go, and I sit there and I'm questioning, why am I like this? And you know what this person's come through to say? This man has come through to say to me, a lot of what you are feeling, we aren't doctors again, please, everybody. Apologise if any way I say things out of turn. I don't mean that. He feels that you have been a little or are a little bit depressed and is concerned about that. Would you understand that, Dom? And what the words that spirit's putting in my mouth now is, you have lost your mojo. You've lost your mojo. Because what he wants to do, he wants to come, get your hands, and he wants to get you up and say, shake yourself up, come on, and let's go. Let's go. That's what I've got to say to you. Let's go. So do you understand why he's saying let's go? Is there somewhere that you've been planning or thinking about going, or a trip or something that you've been thinking, maybe if I did that, instead of questioning it, keep on questioning, should I, shouldn't I, should I? He's saying, let's go. I'm sorry I always talk in my hands, but this is how spirit make me do what they make me do for some reason. I always end up by the end of the readings. I've normally got aching arms because I've worked so much in my hand. Would you understand as well, Don, if I said to you as well that this man in smiling spirit also would have been somebody who would have spoke with his hands? Okay, right. So he's saying, don't mention it, don't think on it, because you will overthink it. You always overthink things and you will talk yourself out of it. And he's saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Go. Just go. And that's what he wants to say to you. This is why he's come through. He wants to say, you overthink things too much. Instead, go. And he said you're a bit of you let your heart rule your head, um, and wants you to say, no, it's your time now. It's the drama that left behind. There we go. Right, and this is what he's mentioning. He doesn't want you to overthink that. He doesn't want you to read into that too much, Don. He wants you just to be able to say, for once, I am I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm just going to do it. And you know what he's saying? You will be a lot better for it. And the people that you come back to will respect you a lot more, because you have actually put you first for once. Because I don't feel that's what you do. And that's what he wants to say. You never ever put yourself first, and it's time to do that. And he wants you to do this. I feel very tap you on the back kind of thing, and I want to put my arm around your shoulder, and I want to say, come on, let's go. That's what he wants me to do. He wants me to say, come on, let's go. Because he's saying he'll be with you every step of the way and support you. And he knows this isn't your usual self that would normally do anything on just impulse, but he wants you to, because he feels that now is your time to shine, your time to say, it's about me. And I'm going to leave his love with you, Dom, and thank you so, so much for working with me. I hope that helped you with your decision. Let's see where we're going to go. Okay, so I know I've got a lady coming forward, and she's very, very shy and very quiet spoken. I know that she's very respectful, and she keeps saying, is it her turn? And I'm saying to her, yes, it's it. And she's saying, what about the other people waiting? So I know she's very respectful of the other people that are waiting in the line. And although it's her turn, she wants to make sure everyone behind her is okay before she comes forward. I get this loving feeling around her, and I really feel warm and cuddly. I feel that this is mum or nan, and I'm feeling that I'm feeling still very, very broken. So I feel that this has been a recent passing. I'm feeling that I'm grieving still, which I know grief can last. There's no length of time, but I'm feeling very, 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 very sick to my stomach. I'm feeling like my appetite's been affected. I feel that everything about the situation has knocked me completely sideways. And I know when we lose a loved one, I know that happens. And I know that we feel this, but with this lady, I feel that I would have been with her most days, and I feel like I've lost my left arm, if that made sense to anybody. Brian, let's just see how you go. I'll give you a bit more information, everybody, and let me go on. Okay, so I know this lady as well, right? She would have liked to sew, and I'm not saying it was, I'm feeling like that I was neat at sewing, very, very neat. So if I could take things to her and have them get her, she would repair them for me. Linda, end of November, Austin. Well, I can see a few of you have got, so I'm going to give a little bit more. Okay, so I feel that although I could sew myself, I feel that her sewing, the sewing that when she repaired something, she done it right and she done it perfectly. I believe that she would have been a bit of a perfectionist in everything. I feel that my home is lovely and tidy. Everything's got its place. Everywhere it's nice and clean and but very, very warm and very loving. And I've got that feeling when I walk through the door that everything's, it's calm and relaxing, and it feels, and the words that's, it's always going to be home. Would that make sense to anybody? She's telling me it would always be home, and that's been mentioned, that was always classed as home, even though I'm away in my own place. I needed time. But I always felt that home was there. Well, I still see it hasn't gone off, so I'm going to carry on a little bit and see if anybody we can seem like to find them where this beautiful lady. Now, when I say beautiful, I'm going to say beautiful because she is beautiful. She's got an almost like, when I look at her, she's almost got a glow to her skin. Her skin almost glows. She didn't need a lot of makeup. She didn't really wear a lot of makeup, just a little bit of powder here and there, but she didn't need it because I feel that she had a natural beauty. I know with this lady as well, right, so this might take some people off now. I feel that with this lady, there's a lung condition. Would you understand, Brian, that she would like, even though there was a minimal makeup, just a little bit of powder and that, and and I'm almost getting the smell of a compact. She's saying compact powder, so I know my nan used to mention that word. Pneumonia. That's how I feel. Right. Would you understand, Brian, if I said to you that I was taken into hospital, I was cared for a short while, and I just couldn't seem to have the fight to get back onto my feet? Would you understand that? That I just feel overwhelmed and weak, and whatever this is, it's around my lungs, is too much for me to fight. Would you understand that? Right, thank you. I think I'm with you, Brian Matagi. Right, okay. Because she's mentioning about being in hospital, and she's also mentioning about the care that she received. She's also mentioning about that you spent, and others, I believe, spent lots of time there with her, and um, she's saying about the love that had surrounded her, and she's on about that too. Would you understand that? The love that was surrounding her. She said there wasn't a moment that she never felt loved because of the dedication and the support that she got in that short time of her being ill. Would you understand why she's saying this, Brian? Arabella, hello. Because I'm feeling that the support was given to the nurses and that were taking care. They didn't have to do much because there was so many people on hand to help. Would you that made sense to you, Brian? I'm feeling like there were so many different people that was there. Austin, you can take all this as well. Chandra, you two can take it. Sometimes it can be a message in a message. Sometimes it can be for a few people. A lot of love, Miranda, from my husband, sisters, and brothers, and kills her children. Thank you. Right, because she's saying about the love that she got, and she said that it showed that she was really cared for. And I believe that she's telling me that this is how she felt throughout her life. Her life had been, and what she's saying is grand. Her words, my life was grand. And she's saying, I wouldn't have changed one thing. I had my ups and downs and I had my sorrows like everybody, but life was very, very fair to me. That's what she's saying. She's saying about that she's with her granny and she's met her granny, and I believe her granny was quite close to her as she was a child, and she's mentioning about that, and she's saying about all the people that she's met up with. She's also mentioning something about Peter. I don't know if Peter is in spirit or on like in this world. They like to say earth because I feel that they're only in the next room anyway. And she's mentioning about a Peter. Okay. Would you understand if I said to you as well, Brian, about a husband being because she's making me right, she's mentioning about her husband being very shaky of late. Would you understand that? Her husband her husband being very shaky. And I'm feeling that there's been um a illness around the family as well and around him. I'm just lagging, so I'm going to carry on because so we can get a lot of people, as many people in as possible. With him drinking whiskey. Okay, thank you. Right, and she's mentioning that, and she's saying about her concerns, and she feels that he didn't deal very well, although he's tried to put on the big, oh, hard approach. He didn't deal well with her passing, and she's mentioning that about that. And she's saying that she wants to bring lots of healing into him because I don't feel that he's feeling the best himself, and I feel that I can't sleep well. So whether he's having trouble sleeping as well, and she wants to bring that love and healing through for him. She wants to mention about to the family about, and I've got to say Gloria for some reason. I've got to mention Gloria, and she wants me to say that how grateful she is for the love and the care and the support, and she wants to thank you all for that. And she said that she couldn't have wished for a better family. And I'm going to leave her love with you, and thank you very much, Brian, for working with me. You're welcome, Brian. I'm glad I could bring her through for you. Right, so I can, as I've got this lady coming through and she's shouting, and she really wants to be heard, and she's shouting to me, Joyce, Joyce. Can anybody understand this lady? Joyce. That's what she's shouting. So whether that's her name or somebody she wants to get through in touch with, but she's shouting Joyce. Joyce, please. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Right, Tracy Maker, I don't really think that I'm going to need much more than that. I think the message must be through. It must be through to you, for you, because of her saying Joyce. Would you understand that around this lady, There was a stomach condition because I'm feeling like I'm having trouble with my stomach. If there wasn't a stomach condition that she passed with, it was a stomach. She had a stomach condition in her lifetime and suffered a lot with her stomach. Tracy Magna, are you still with us, please? Moses, okay, Cornelia. And Aunt Joyce Mary. Now I know this lady definitely had a stomach problem. Mary Kershaw, she can take that too. Right, I'm going to go on a little bit more and see where we go. Right, because she's mentioned about her stomach. Right, would you understand if I said to you that something just popped? That's what she's making me, that's how she's telling me to say it. I don't know what she's saying, but she's saying something just popped. Stomach ulcers. Did one of them burst, Cornelia? Would you understand that? Something bursting. Cornelia B. Right, okay. Because I'm feeling like something just popped. And I don't know whether that's been the stomach ulcers or something, but I'm feeling like that's what she wants me to say. Something just popped. Okay. Right. So everybody listening still. Okay. Well, I can't say. Yeah, like, she wants me to say that she was a bit bossy. She was a bit bossy. That's what she wants me to say. But in a very, very loving way. She was bossy, but in a loving way. And she wants me to say that that's what's got her to the front of the queue. That's what she's telling me. She's quite funny. She's telling me that this is what got her to the front of the queue, her bossiness. Jodie, Nana's small bowel optic burst. Okay. Right, this lady is also mentioning, she's trying to give me big words, and she's not a big word kind of person, and she doesn't sound right saying these big words. So I feel that when she was out in public or where she would go out somewhere, she would try and use these big words, and you or whoever who was with her, who knew her, would look at her and think, huh? And they would know that she's putting on, right, I'm gonna say, the Queen Mother Act. That's what she's giving me to say. I'm putting on the Queen Mother Act. And I tell you, a telephone voice, right? Okay, right. So this lady's making me laugh because she's trying to talk really posh, shall I say? And the nice words, but it doesn't actually suit her. She wouldn't do this in the normal. She would be, and she's putting on a Queen Mother voice, and she'd get indoors, and it'd be back to and that kind of attitude. And she's making me laugh with that. And she's saying something got up to the front of the queue, and she's mentioned about her bossiness. So that's really funny. I think she was a really funny person. I don't think she actually tried to be funny. Thank you, Josie. She didn't try to be funny, but she just was. And she was really, does she resemble me? No, I don't see any resemblance. Um, she makes me feel that I'm happy to make everybody else happy, if that makes sense. I want to make everybody else happy, and I can be. Do you know how I feel? And I don't mean this in any kind of disrespect or anything like that. I mean this in the most love, because if she was a real nan, we'd all love her. And you know, like Mrs. Brown's boys, like Mrs. Brown, that's kind of, I'm not saying resembles, but I'm saying her way. And I want to be around her. I want to spend as much time, because I knew that when I went there, I was in for a real good laugh. And I could go down in there and feel quite down in the dumps, but I knew I was coming back out there smiling, happy, and I've had a real good time. Does that make sense to you, Jodie? Thank you. Because she's mentioned, that's how she's making me feel like she was a lovely person that I would have loved to go and sat and have a cup of tea with, and come out of there, go in there feeling rather, and then come out of there absolutely feeling totally different. She had this feel good manner to her, this way that she would make you feel, she was just a lovely person to be around. And that's how I feel with that. She was absolutely, like you said, down to earth. And I feel that she was a person that you could also, if you needed to, she could turn and change it around and be the listener and the good one to give good advice. And she would be the comforter when I needed to be comforted. And she could change that from being funny to this person that was the most sensitive and loving and kind and warm person. And that's how she's making me feel. And she's making me feel as well that there was so much love for you, and you were very, very special to her. If I keep turning my head, because my screen's over there where I've got to read, ladies and gents, so I'm I'm feeling that I want to put my arms around you and say everything's going to be okay. Jodie, would you understand that? I feel that she's saying everything's going to be okay. So I don't know whether you've been going through a little bit of a rocky road or a tough time, but Gran wants to say everything's going to be okay. She wants to bring lots of joy in for you, and she wants to mention about this year, and she's saying make this year your own, if that makes sense to you. She wants me to say that to you, make this year, and she's saying make every moment count. And she's saying she's leaving a bit of Nana with you, and her the Nana part that she's leaving with you is her strength. And she wants to know that her love is always there for you, and she's always around, and it's unconditional, and for your family. And I think she wants me to mention, I do, Mum's here, but she wants me to mention Mum, and she wants me to say about the love for Mum too. And she's doing that, and she's blowing kisses. And I know that Nan is very emotional because she feels that's how you are, and she's saying, I'm okay, you've got this, girl. And I'm going to leave her. Love you, Jodie. Thank you so much for working with me. That's what she wants you to do, Jodie. Just keep talking to her because she's there. She's right next to you. She'd never leave you. She's always around. So please. What time are we on? 1:50. We've got time for a quick one. Let's see where we go. Now this is an unusual name for me to get, because I do get names sometimes, but not always. But I want to mention the name, whether it's a program or something. But I need to say the name Fraser or Fraser. I want to write really neatly with this person as well. I've got a beautiful handwriting. I want to write. I want to feel. So whether this person wrote books but I'm feeling very poetic. Like almost like I want to write poems or something like that. I want to write something down. I want to write. I want to write something that sounds really beautiful. I want to mention that. I want to write poems or write something down that's really, really special words. So I want to write these special words down, whether I feel like I want to say manuscripts. Why? I don't know. I want to say manuscripts. I want to say that I want to keep folders about my life. I want to write things about my childhood and all the way through my life, if that makes sense to anybody. I may still be with you then, Jodie. Right, on Stacey, encouraging creating manuscripts. Right, I may be with you because I feel that I'm very creative, and I am, I want to put my hand to anything. I want to try anything. I love exploring. I love finding new things. I like taking challenges on, and I'm a very, very, very deep thinker. And this person, this lady, wants to say that she was very much like this, very, very deep. Right, okay. Would you understand? What are they called? Them. Let me think what they're called. Right, I've got it. Would you understand that I want to write really, really special letters and I want to use a fountain pen? Would you understand that? A fountain pen. Calligraphy, yes, I love it. Okay, because that's what I want to do. I want to mention, right, I want to say Olive as well. I don't know whether Olive being the name or Olive being the actual thing that you can eat. But I want to mention olive. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. Definitely with you. And I want to mention about the creativeness. Would you understand that Oliver being, you can see a little creator in the making? Because that's what I want to say. I can see this creator in the making. I can see that there's a real good ability. You called him Olive last week, and I love that. That I can see there's something that's just different. And I know we can look at our grandchildren and think, oh, they've got this, but there's something just that unique. Yes, okay, right. It's because I'm feeling like there's just something that I need to know, I need to say about. There's just something, I can see something in him, and I can see that he's going to be a great creator. So whether he's going to go on and do that kind of thing and do buildings and whatever, I know, but I want to say that I see a really good creator, amazing creator in him. And I want to say as well about who likes Ribena. Why am I being given Ribena? Not, I'm just being given a bottle of Ribena for some reason. You can't stand this stuff, right? Okay. Would you understand why? Is that the reason I'm being given it? I'm being given it for a reason. Does Oliver like Ribena? Because I'm being given this Ribena. I don't know why I'm being given it, but she's bringing in a bottle of Ribena, but she's laughing, so it could be for you. Whether she's giving it to you, saying, get that. Right, okay, yes, okay, right. Because she's on about vitamin C. Would you understand that she's on about get it down you? That's what she's saying, get it down you. And when you see Mary Poppins and they say like a spoon kind of colour there, spoon kind of sugar, what spoon full of sugar makes the medicine go down. And I'm feeling like she's pushing this Ribena down, saying it's good for you, and I feel that's her kind of way. It's good for you and pushing it down your throat, making you drink it.
Yes, thank you, man.
Yeah, because she's mentioning about that. Not like, oh, right, okay. Because she's saying, get it down, do you good, and she's pushing it down and she's giving it to you. She's also saying to me, right, she's bringing in the colour yellow with you as well, Stacey, and she's saying that she feels that you need that at the minute for a bit of upliftment. She's mentioning that she feels that you've been a bit can't be bothered, and she wants to give you yellow. She wants to bring that in and say that she wants to give you that for upliftment. She wants to build you up and say that you need to cheer up a little bit, and she's giving you that. Not fatigue, okay. And I know that she's also mentioning about that you don't take proper care of yourself, and that's what she's coming through for to say. She's saying that you're not taking proper care of yourself. So I don't know whether I know you have in the past, but I know you got it all sorted. Whether your diabetes has been a bit up in the air over Christmas time today, but she's mentioning about that. I think she's coming in really to give you a bit of a telling off and saying that you don't take proper care of yourself. Review coming up at the end of the month. Right, so I think this is why she's come through, and she's bringing that lots of yellow in and lots of green in. She wants to send lots of love, and she wants to say she's there with you always. And I want to thank you very much for working with me, Stace. And if you haven't got a message this evening, I am so sorry. But remember that Spirit's with you everywhere you go. Just close your eyes and talk to your loved ones. They're always there. And I'm sure that really you all know that already. And Happy New Year again to you all. And please join me next time. Much love. Thank you.